So before we get started, you guys need to take about half of a sheet of paper and draw this data table. You don't want to make it too small because you're going to want to write your observations down that you see. And I'm going to do these double replacement reactions, and you can then see them and record your data to help with you doing the homework that's attached to this. So pause right now and go ahead and draw it, and then when you're ready, resume, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to start with by dropping a few drops of each of these substances in these squares, and so we can see if there's a reaction or a precipitate form. So precipitates can be kind of misleading. You know, you think you're going to see something really profound. It might be very subtle. So be patient with it. And you want to look for anything that becomes cloudy or maybe a little bit more opaque. It's hard to describe. Sometimes it's really obvious and sometimes it's not. So this first one that I'm doing, I'm going to drop my 3 drops of sodium phosphate here. It's just perfectly clear. There's no color to it as we do this. And the next one I'm going to do is sodium chromate. Alright, and then I'm going to add a little bit more of these other ones, so hopefully it's easier for y'all to see. And I'll try to zoom in when we get going with anything. Alright, don't like those bubbles. Bubbles. All right, and then we're going to do the magnesium sulfate next. All right, so that is our first reactant on each of those things. Get my stuff out of my way before I make a mess. And then I'm going to come back with the other things. So let's see. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, hopefully, so we can get a good view of this. I'm going to take off. You're not going to be able to see all the names, so hopefully you're following along with your own chart. All right, so I'm going to add the first one, which is magnesium nitrate. So remember, we're looking for it to get cloudy. Right now, everything's perfectly clear. I'm going to do my best I can on this video to help you guys see it, because sometimes it's a little bit hard to see. So you can kind of see something moving in there, and you can kind of see that it's not quite as clear as it was before. Like I said, this is a really pale one, a little bit harder to see. Oh, now you can see it a little bit on there. Let me zoom in a little bit more. You can kind of see it swirl around when you add a drop. Okay, so you can kind of see something going on there. I was also going to do those, I'm going to do the same one down on this red paper. So let me move my camera, and I'll do the same exact one. This is going to be magnesium nitrate reacting with sodium carbonate. I'm going to see if it looks better on, it's kind of hard with this reflection, if it looked better on red. If we can see anything show up more. Again, this is that magnesium nitrate reacting with sodium carbonate. Yeah, we can see a little bit of a cloudy, so you can see it there. It's a little bit cloudy. So hopefully that'll help you. So we can definitely see that's a precipitate. Kind of looks like an eyeball with that thing in the middle. So hopefully that helps you out on that one. So I'm going to go back up here, and we're going to do this one with the magnesium nitrate and the sodium phosphate. Again, I'll do it on the white first, and then we'll go down to the red. So that one you can see cloudy again. So let me scoot my camera down, and I'll do it in the same place. This one is the sodium phosphate. And you can see that's showing up. It's actually better than it was in class since we had it on white paper earlier. So we definitely see a precipitate forming there, just that cloudy stuff. Precipitates are tiny, tiny, tiny solid particles. They're not going to be overwhelming. It's not like you're going to suddenly create a magic crystal or something. It's actually really small. I told them in class to think about it like baby powder in water, how small baby powder and fine it is. Okay, lastly we have the combination of magnesium sulfate and magnesium nitrate. So we'll come down here and try it again. And not all of these reactions will necessarily form a precipitate. So don't be surprised. So we can see the difference there. Nothing new happened like it did there. All right, so let's go on to the next row. Now I'm going to be going up here to the silver nitrate row, and I'm going to be adding silver nitrate to each of these things. So I'm going to do silver nitrate and sodium carbonate first. So that one's a lot more obvious than the ones we've done so far. We've got quite a bit of cloudiness. It's very opaque, looks more like milk maybe. And that was with sodium carbonate. Let me try it here on the red for y'all. You get a really much more dramatic view of that precipitate. All right, next one, we're going to do silver nitrate and sodium phosphate. Ooh, yeah, we got no problem seeing that one this time. You can see we get sort of a brownish gold, definite precipitate going on there. So I'm not even going to do that on the red one, not necessary. And then lastly, we're going to stay down that same column and we're going silver nitrate and magnesium sulfate. Okay, that one looks a little bit like something happened. Let's take it down here and take a look. So I'm going to do that way down here. And that was silver nitrate and magnesium sulfate. And we can see that we really don't see anything going on there. All right, so lastly, we're going to go with these on the right-hand side. So we have now the iron nitrate we're going to add to all of these. And the first one is iron nitrate and sodium carbonate. And that's a very dramatic, like amber color. Yeah, I would say amber is probably the best way to describe that. And then we have down here with the sodium phosphate. We get a little cloudy, murky thing going on, not nearly as colorful as the first one, but definitely not clear anymore. Not that, you definitely get a little cloudiness in there. I'm not going to do that on red because I don't think we need to. And then lastly, we have the iron nitrate and magnesium sulfate. And there's no cloudiness in here. This is just, we're adding, in case you didn't notice, the iron nitrate solution is yellow. So when I added yellow to clear, obviously it's going to be kind of a paler yellow, but I don't see any cloudiness on my end. So there is the examples that we did in class. I'm going to pull back for you to see. So that you're going to write all of your descriptions in here, and then you are going to write the double replacement reactions based on the notes that you're going to get in that video. Now, there's a specific way I want you to do it. Let me So for your assignment, you're going to write the double replacement reaction. So you're going to write magnesium nitrate plus sodium carbonate. So the way you're going to do that is we're going to label these squares so that you're doing them in the correct order. So let me open up a box of Sharpies so that I can write it on there for you, the order I want you to do them in. So you're going to number them 1 through 9, where this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So when you're doing these on your own piece of paper, you are going to, like I said, for number 1, it's going to be magnesium nitrate plus sodium carbonate yields, and then you're going to predict the products. I don't need you to write the names. I just want you to write the formulas, predict the new formulas, and then we will talk about the solubility, whether or not we have a precipitate or not based on our solubility rules. But for right now, your job is just to predict those products, and we'll talk about the solubility rules next week.